What's up my guy? Today we're diving into Pokemon Legends ZA emulation buzz that is on the PC and Android, the early reviews, and what I honestly think Game Freak nailed versus what it still needs a little work according to article. So sit back, relax, and let's jump in. Even before the official worldwide release of Pokemon ZA was already running on the EDEN Switch emulator for both PC and Android. Videos online showed the game hitting a smooth 30 frames per second on a mid-range PC rocking an Intel i5-13500 and a RTX 3060 IT. On top of that, another creator managed to push it all the way to 4K at 60 frames per second on a higher end hardware. I'm sorry, unfortunately, I cannot show that because you know Nintendo's gonna demonetize that. Now here's what's actually cool about that. This early look gives us a glimpse on how polished Pokemon Legends ZA really is under the hood. We're talking about a Switch game that is running efficiently enough to scale up beautifully when given extra horsepower. That says a lot about how far Game Freak has come from the performance hiccups we saw in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It shows that Pokemon Legends ZA isn't just a step forward in design, it's a leap in optimization. Seeing the game handle a 4K rendering, higher frames rate, and still maintaining stable gameplay means Game Freak built this engine with skippability in mind, probably in preparation for the Switch 2 hardware. The texture looks sharper, animation are more fluid, and the lighting feels more dramatic than anything we have seen from the series before. Honestly, it's exciting to see Pokemon finally inching closer to the visual fidelity we have all dreamed about for years. Now let's move on to the reviews, and man, critics are loving the direction here. Rebecca Valentin from IGN wrote, "I'm just so genuinely excited about Game Freak has done here. We could finally have a 3D game worthy of the Pokemon franchise on our hand." That is a huge praise considering how cautious most outlets have been about recent Pokemon launch. Chris Tapsa from Eurogamer point out that while the game has its small flaws, it makes up with personality, saying it gets repetitive after a while, but then it has a charm in spades. There's even a homage to a dungeon, a fantastic proof of concept for one day bringing them back in 3D. Catherine Lewis from Games Radar captured the nostalgia perfectly, writing, "The dream sold to us by Pokemon anime is right here," and that line really hits because that's exactly fantasy Pokemon fans have been since the early 2000s, being free to explore a living city with your Pokemon by your side. James Galizio from RPG Site broke it down one of the coolest features, explaining, "By far the start of the show is trainer battles, primarily within the ZA Royale, as trainers compete to raise their ranks. That's basically Pokemon version of a global tournament system. And it finally gives competitive players something exciting outside the traditional PvP. Not everyone is head over heels though. Alana Hughes from Nintendo Life mentioned that the city visual still needs work, writing, "Legend ZA appears lifeless. If clothes can swoosh, why can't we have windows that aren't just flat texture?" And Jordan Miller from VGC summed it up perfectly. "ZA feels like a love letter to both players who grew up with X and Y and those who have been here for a whole time." Here's where I stand. For the first time in years, it feels like Game Freak finally sat down and asked, how do we make Pokemon fun again? The new battle system sounds incredible. It blends classic turn-based strategy with real-time action. You can move freely doing fights, dodge attacks, and time your move perfectly with cooldowns instead of PP. It's fast, it's fluent, and it finally feels like you're in the anime instead of watching from a distance. And the return of Mega Evolution as a boss-style encounter, that's such a smart choice. They're no longer just fancy transformation, they're world events, master threat that could shake up the pacing. It gives every big fight some cinematic weight and keeps battling feeling unpredictable. Lumia City itself still needs polishing. It's a bold move, setting an entire game inside a single sprawling city aligned for tighter storytelling, more personality, and faster pacing. It's still a big step towards creating a Pokemon world that feels alive, even if it still needs more detail to truly sell that vision. Bringing in a difficulty system, as I stated in my previous video, will definitely help Pokemon due to the fact that the game has been stuck with one general balance for decades. but fans has grown up. Giving players the option between casual, classic, and challenge modes will make everyone happy, from new players to long-life veterans. Making Lumia City feel like a real breathing place, adding background chatters, crowds that react to weather, stream musician, Pokemon interaction, things that will make the world feel texture. And third, I'm still trying to get used to seeing this kind of combat system, but that could change once I start playing it. This is the most exciting innovation Pokemon had since open world exploration. Keep refining it, add co-op or MMO style event, and you will have the perfect bridge between the casual and competitive fans. So, here's my honest take. Pokemon Legends ZA is shaping up to be a breath of fresh air that this franchise needed. It's not perfect. The visual and the lack of voice acting still drag it down a bit, but it's easily one of the boldest Pokemon game ever made. As Sam Conley from Gaming Bible said, when all is said and done, I think Pokemon Legends ZA is a fantastic Pokemon game. The new battle mechanics are a stellar addition, but visuals are still disappointing, and the lack of voice acting continues to be jarring. And that's exactly how I feel. Game Freak has finally found a way to make Pokemon exciting again, not just by renovating the wheel, by finally letting players feel the energy, the danger in the world they love for decades. So what do you think? Are you hyped for Pokemon Legends ZA? Do you love this new battle direction, or are you nostalgic for the old school turn-based style and the one feature you hope carry on into Gen 10? I appreciate you for tuning in. Take care, stay safe, and I'll catch you on the next one, my guy. Peace.